Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's been a long 2+ years that I've been out of the YouTube game. Make a long story short, right around the time I stopped making videos, life got hectic. School, work, some other stuff going on too. So I just decided that while I might have been able to continue to make videos if I really wanted to, they wouldn't have been very good. I wouldn't have had very much interesting to say because I just had so much other stuff going on. So I thought I'd step away. And I didn't even really announce it officially or anything, but the people who needed to know knew that I had just decided to leave for the time being. So since then, I've graduated. I've gotten a much better job. I've moved. Things are much more chill. And nowadays, the only real professional concern that I have to have is the 40 hours a week that I work. So I think it's time for me to come back. I think I would have more fun doing it now. And the other part of that was just production value. I was never really happy with my production values. I never had a really good webcam. I never had a really good microphone. So I decided that this time, if I was going to go make YouTube videos again, I would invest in some better hardware, maybe put a little more effort into it. So the Logitech C920 is my new tool of the trade and best webcam I've ever had, and it's not close. And you guys can see it right now. I mean, the HD treatment probably does me no favors, especially with this thing right now, but who cares? Um, yeah, so I'm going to go back to making sports videos. I'm going to make a lot of them. I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to do mostly the same stuff I used to do, but the couple things might change. So for those of you who are former viewers of my videos, I want to say thank you. Especially thank you to those who maintained their subscription to my channel over these past 2 years, even though I didn't make videos and I just used it as a dumping ground for stuff I needed for school. Don't know why you guys would stay subscribed to that, but I still have like 250, 260 subscribers. So if you're coming over from there to here, thank you. I just decided to blow it up and start with a whole new channel. Things are going to be mostly the same, a little different. And for those of you who are new, I am a Seattle Seahawks and Seattle Mariners fan. Mainly make Seahawks videos, but I occasionally delve into the Mariner stuff. And also, starting next year, I'm going to be a Seattle Supersonics fan again because it looks like we're getting a team back. Going to pick up the Sacramento Kings, which can't say I feel too bad about it because the Kings are a team that have moved so many times anyway. You can't really say they belong to anybody. So I know they were in Kansas City once upon a time. So no real feelings of, no real guilt about taking the team from Sacramento, even though they do have good fans. Other than that, Washington Huskies fan, graduated from there a year and a half ago about. So mainly the football team. I'm not a fan of college baseball or basketball, maybe a little college basketball, but mostly it's just college football and these Huskies. So going to be talking about them a lot as well. And that's basically how things are going to go. So that's who I support. That's who I like to talk about. And we got a long off season ahead of us for me to talk about all that stuff. So let's catch up on where we've been over these past 2+ years that I've been gone. So I left near the end of the 2010 season. Seahawks squeaked into the playoffs by winning their last game against the Rams. Just whole thing was a farce. Team was bad. Whole division was even worse. It might have been the worst division in NFL history. We get in, win the division with 7-9, and then we go beat the Saints, and it was great. I mean, don't get me wrong, Matt Hasselbeck's last stand, throwing for 4 touchdowns, Marshawn Lynch with a great playoff run, but it's a farce. It's almost a joke. It was a testament to how bad the Saints were on the road, testament to the whole any given Sunday thing, and it was awesome to win that game, and I know some people who actually went to that game. It was fun, but if you're being straight honest, the whole thing felt kind of like a farce. Like, it was a joke that we got to the playoffs, and it was a bigger joke that we won a game. So next week, as most people expected, we got destroyed by the Chicago Bears. It would have been an even bigger joke if we made it to the conference championship game. Not that I wasn't rooting for it, but that team wasn't good. And the more we won, the worse, it could have meant bad things in the future. So that offseason, we blow it up. Send some players packing like Matt Hasselbeck, even though he did have a decent season. We decided to move on. Some of our defensive players we decided to move on from, and we were just going to rebuild, even though we had made the playoffs, which was clearly the right decision to make. So we have a good draft, bring in some big free agents, and next season, teams about as good as they were the year before, maybe even a little better. Have the same record. The only difference is the 49ers decided, let's take advantage of our bad division and go put together a good team that can actually legitimately contend with these other NFL teams. So, team, I think, took a small step forward. Maybe you could say they didn't move anywhere at all. 7-9 record again. You know, Tavares Jackson has a mediocre season. Marshawn Lynch comes on the second half of the season to lead us to a winning record over our last 8 games. You know, we beat the Baltimore Ravens, a team that ended up going to the conference championship game and almost going to the Super Bowl. But the main thing that intrigued me about that whole season was the improvement on our defense. Run defense, pass defense, getting a lot out of players that people didn't know too much about. Richard Sherman, Brandon Browner, Cam Chancellor, Chris Clemens. You know, anybody could have had Chris Clemens. He was on a scrap heap, and we picked him up, and he's getting Pro Bowl numbers for us on the defensive line. Red Bryant, KJ Wright, I think, Leroy Hill. You know, just getting stuff out of these players that people didn't really want. People didn't think much of these guys. Brandon Browner was in the CFL for a couple years, I think. Anybody could have had Richard Sherman at any point, but we decided we're going to be the team that gets him, and now he's playing at a high level for us in 2011. So yeah, it was a good building year. Obviously, it was all about the 49ers in the division that year, and but I felt like things were building up towards something where we were going to be a good team in the future, but we needed a quarterback. So we have another offseason. We build more pieces. We change the team up a little bit, and we go into 2012. Great year, you know. Turned it on in the second half of the season. Went 7-1 over our last 8 regular season games. Defense, arguably the best in the league. Offense comes along as the season progresses. Really develops into a quality NFL offense. Great special teams. One of the best special teams units in the league. Problems winning on the road, a little bit, but by the end of the season, I felt pretty confident about where the team was going, and I was pretty happy with how things were. And we have seen this team grow from 2010, when the Pete Carroll era started, to now, where Pete Carroll has established himself as one of the best coaches, and John Snyder has established himself as one of the best talent evaluators in the league. So, you know, obviously, good playoff win in Washington, beating Washington, and then, you know, the tough loss to Atlanta. But it's all building blocks, man. You know, rookie quarterback Russell Wilson, one of the best rookies in the league. Bobby Wagner, one of the best rookies in the league. Bruce Irvin, doing good things, pass rushing. Greg Scruggs, I think he was a rookie, you know, doing good things for a backup defensive end. And we have seen this team build from really just nothing in 2010, just benefiting from a crap division and a couple of crap opponents. We've seen this team build up into a legitimate contender, where last year we really can say that we were in the circle of Super Bowl contenders. I mean, we lost by 2 points to Atlanta, who lost by 4 points to the Niners, who lost by 3 points to the Ravens. We're in that circle. And it's been a real joy to watch Pete Carroll and John Snyder build that team up. So I'm going to talk more about the current state of the Seattle Seahawks going forward, but that's basically where we are right now. Great foundation, great core, great role players, and I'm really excited to see where things go from here. So, Mariners, the Mariners. Nothing good. You know, we did just break the bank for Felix Hernandez, but the team's no good. We can't hit, so I'm just going to say that. Hopefully things improve, but I'm not really counting on it right now. We see teams in our own division that are spending big bucks on players, and we never do. And just real quick, the Washington Huskies, we did not end our 2010 season well, but we did get that big bowl win over Nebraska. Good farewell present to Jake Locker, even though he sucked in that game. And in my opinion, the team has been improving. I think the 2011 team was better than the 2010 team. Offense was a lot better. The defense was dreadful, but the offense, Keith Price, Devin Aguilar, Jermaine Kearse, Kason Williams, Austin Seferian Jenkins, Chris Polk. It was a great offense that always seemed to bring it, culminating in that Baylor game where the offense was just dominant. Keith Price was dominant, but defense just wasn't there to stop RG3. This last year, defense takes a big step forward. The defense actually wins us some games. The defense plays a great season, but the offense takes a big step back. Now, in my opinion, the team has also improved in 2012. I think the 2012 Huskies were better than the 2011 Huskies. But they are small steps forward, and I'm going to talk more about the team in a future video, but that's where we are now. So I'll be seeing you guys later. I'm going to make some more videos with the state of these teams, and see you later.